What is going on YouTube? Nano back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we will be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. I know yesterday I spent a little more time than I wanted to talking about the S&P and Bitcoin. We spent less time talking about XRP. So today I'm going to try to do the opposite and talk more about XRP, but also Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the S&P 500. Now, specifically where we leave off from yesterday, or where we need to continue and pick up from yesterday, is the fact that most of the major cryptocurrencies started to see a substantial drop. You can see all the running that it had, all the pump, the big run and swing that Bitcoin took, swinging us up to like $32,000, which was great yesterday, immediately came correcting and crashing back down. Now I'm trying to get a price range here. Here we go. You can see we went up probably like 10%, which is pretty incredible. And then we managed to fall about 10%, which is also pretty hysterical too. We fell 8.5%, which is pretty funny, right back inside the sideways channel here. This is why I specifically said that I'm not going to be buying in on something like this. We need to let this play out. We need to let this consolidate. I did say if you want to be super aggressive, you could put in a short-term trade to the upside here. Understand if you're trading on the hourly or the 4-hour, you got to get in and you got to get out very quickly. You're not supposed to be waiting 2 days, 3 days to take profits here. That's why I said as a conservative scale, we need to be patient. Buying in on the daily, we have to let this trade up. Even though we broke through it, we needed confirmation to break us above this resistance, because exactly what I said was there's a good chance we'll run up or trade sideways, but run up nonetheless, hit this resistance and probably reject back down, which is exactly what it's doing nonetheless. Same thing with XRP. Small little run up yesterday, but we're still inside our sideways channel. Even bigger, our descending fractal here, which should be coming to an end very soon. And then we'll be forced to make a decision here, and we'll go from there. Lastly, Ethereum, which I'm just not a fan of trading Ethereum right now. We're in some sort of descending fractal here. I might be able to, honestly, I might be able to scale it like this. I think this is probably the best option for us, something along this line, this descending fractal of the sort, and we're trading below supports here, just kind of stagnant, and I feel like Ethereum really isn't the best thing to be trading right now. Mainly the XRP charts, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P, which opened downwards, and it seems like once again we're getting rejected quite nicely off this resistance right here, which used to be supports, or February and March, and even April and May supports. It's now acting as resistance, which is why we're correcting lower here. Now, otherwise, today's video is brought to us by Sparta Cats, as you guys can see here. So Sparta Cats is basically creating their own cryptocurrency and their own NFT, and they want to challenge the dog coin meme market by creating a cat coin meme market, which is, you know, quite interesting. It's a good concept, if you ask me. So more information about Sparta Cats will be at the end of today's video. There's a lot of information to go over, so if you're looking at the next possible pump that could be happening within the market, stick around for this. Obviously, things of this nature and meme coins, even with utility, are extremely volatile and extremely risky. So it's definitely something to consider, as high-risk trades are very, very volatile and you can lose a lot of money. Now, with that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. Super quick, guys, before we dive into the technical analysis, once again, I just dropped a video yesterday. As you guys can see, the best online business to start in 2022 as a beginner. I linked my channel down in the description below. Definitely check out this video that I just dropped. It's quite interesting. A lot of you guys might be surprised about how easy it is to start an online business and why I recommend it so much. So feel free to check this video out. I just dropped this yesterday here. We're at 413 subscribers, giveaway at 1,000 subs, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But with that being said, diving into today's video, as you guys can see here, most of the markets, I guess we'll start with the top 10 cryptos, are down today as anticipated, as expected, down 6.3%, $1.23 trillion. Markets are tumbling after we saw a pretty substantial run yesterday or 2 days ago, which makes sense. So we saw this little run in the last couple of days here, and then we corrected all the way back down. Run, and then a dump back down. Run up, and then a dump back down. Very similar with a lot of these cryptos. And honestly, it makes sense. So I want to spend a little more time on XRP. You can see here, XRP is in what appears to be a massive descending fractal here. Stair-stepping pattern, I like to call it here, where we're kind of do one of these movements here, and then we could easily, right around this area, excuse my terrible, circle here, but it's going to be one of those two, either a dump or a pump here as expected. I know you guys always say, yeah, it's either going to be a dump or a pump. Yeah, that's what it is. We're just trying to time this market here. So really what appears to be happening is we're going to keep filling out this gap here. We're going to keep trending sideways. You can see we've currently traded for the past 22 days. It's almost been a month. I've just been in this stagnant, crappy market, which is really just not good to trade in. And honestly, it's not worth trading in this. There's no volume and no price movement that it's not worth getting involved. Now, we are going to be coming up on the top resistance once again of this, which typically does have volume behind it. Usually when we hit this resistance, you can see how substantial the drops tend to be, or this first one right here, and then we saw another drop right here. So we're coming up on what could be the fourth drop within the markets here. Just a couple of days left, maybe June 8th, which is about 6 days, so sometime maybe next week or the week after. And we're going to be, retesting this resistance, which, as you guys can see, doesn't necessarily go so well for XRP. When we do retest this, there's a chance we're going to be dumping even lower and correcting lower. But there's also a chance that, these do typically have a bullish bias, these descending fractals. We could see a run to the upside. It's very possible. We just have to let things play out. Now, if we break through this resistance, the purple one right here, honestly, I'd play it even more conservative. Wait for us to break through this resistance at 46 cents. So if we see prices correct up and correct up, the second we confirm closing above here, we're going to buy in for a long. Vice versa, we get rejected off this. We close below this support at 39 cents here. We're going to buy in for a short to the downside, and we're going to continue that movement here. The reason we start to think, hey, maybe we found a bottom is because the weekly charts on XRP are oversold, as you can clearly see here. We're starting to see a weekly wick to the upside here, and this is a pretty solid support for XRP. So there's a lot riding on this. We are undervalued. We're trading below the moving average, which typically doesn't last long on the weekly, and we tend to rally back up to it. And at some point, I highly agree, we are going to be rallying back up to get back inside, 80 cents, 85 cents here around this area. It's just how long is it going to take and when is it going to happen? Almost always prices come back down to retest this moving average. Whether we're below it, we swing back into it, or whether we're above it, we come back down to it. So it's going to happen at some point or another. We just have to let this market play out. And that's why we've spent a lot of time, like I say, talking about Bitcoin and talking about the S&P 500, because we don't know what's going to happen. And when we use these other indicators, it gives us a better opinion as to what to expect for XRP. So XRP is at its last leg, guys. Once again, I know we've been saying this, but it's clear as day. I mean, I don't have to be, and if you're being told anything else from other, YouTubers or experts or analysts, then they're just wrong, to be honest with you. There's nothing to trade here. This is a dead market. Wait for the consolidation. Wait for us to fill in this gap here. Once we determine what the outcome is, then we'll make a trade, a profitable trade at that. Same thing with Ethereum here. Just let this play out. We're still inside a descending fractal, but my main focus is on Bitcoin, which is doing a very similar movement as XRP did. You can see with Bitcoin here, we're trending once again inside a widening descending fractal, stair-stepping pattern nonetheless, very clear. There's a chance we're going to fill in this gap here around the 12th. Could be from the 8th to the 12th here, filling this gap here. And we're going to have a decision to make. Are we going to break through it, or are we going to break down? So clearly, if we can break through this purple band, and I'm going to say if we start to trend past the purple band, if we break through this green band, this seems to be at this point moving forward. So right now, if we started a spike, it's 3,200. It's this downtrend here. But the second we end this right here, then we're going to start to use this line moving forward around 31, 32K. If we close the prices, we fill in this gap, close the prices above here, we'll buy in because we expect to see a recovery to this zone. Vice versa, we trend at any point and close below, expect to see a drop, and it will be pretty much attached to this here, and we could easily see a swing down to like 14K, unfortunately. So keep a close eye on this. We still need this to play out. The S&P is starting to crack downwards. There's a good chance we're going to react off this resistance and dip lower. I'm stacking up my cash. A lot of people believe that we're going to see a relief rally right now, which could swing us up to 4,700 points here. It's very possible that this could happen in June, but we haven't broken through this resistance yet, so we are going to correct lower. So I am stacking up cash, getting ready to buy. If we do manage to get back up to here, if we do manage to get back up to here, which would be great. Even if we get back up to like here, because I dollar cost average, I plan on selling out of some of my previous positions in mutual funds that have high expense ratios, and I plan on buying more index funds. So stay tuned for that. But with that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, and I want to talk a little bit more about SpartaCats with you. I want to give a huge shout out to SpartaCats for sponsoring today's episode. As with all cryptocurrency projects, please do your own research and never invest anything you can't afford to lose. So guys, SpartaCats brings a new era to the meme coin mentalists worldwide, the era of cats. Now, for too long now, dogs have occupied the meme coin market, and cats are going to fight them. Now, SpartaCats, a meme coin project based on confrontation between cats and dogs meme coins, just announced the launch of its first bounty program and an imminent entry to the DEXs. Now, the bounty program started on May 30th and will be on June 4th, and the project token under the ticker PURR, also known as PUR, will be listed on two exchanges, PancakeSwap as well as FlatCube. Now, SpartaCats will also launch liquidity pools on June 4th with subsequent farming programs on BNB Smart Chain as well as Everscale. You see, a meme coin is a sort of cryptocurrency whose origin is often related to some standard of memes, and probably the most well-known meme coin is Dogecoin, which was launched as a joke cryptocurrency in opposition to Bitcoin with the goal to overthrow big banks, decentralizing cash, and so on and so forth. Now, the creators of Dogecoin didn't anticipate their coin to be helpful in any approach, and normally the shortage of utility is an attribute characteristic of most meme coins. Now, unlike utility tokens, they don't seem to be used for becoming a member of any DAO, staking, or even shopping for something inside a specific ecosystem. Now, with this in mind, SpartaCats brought all these options on board to differentiate themselves from the typical dog meme coin. And you see, the main thing about SpartaCats is their goal to create a single ecosystem in the meme coins community and NFT users. In addition, PUR tokens will have several really useful utility features. Now, you can create clans and communities, participate in championships and competitions, thus creating an effective economic hierarchy in the meme coin market. Now, SpartaCats creates a completely decentralized ecosystem with the most fair distribution of tokens. Now, according to PUR tokenomics, the tokens will be distributed among community members and a few other things. Now, another important feature of the project is that the SpartaCats interacts with the international organizations around the world related to supporting cats in the real world. Now, these include shelters, animal assistance, and even other various organizations, as well as crypto projects dedicated to cats. Now, as part of the project, 300 NFTs will also be issued and sold to the public to ensure the practical management of the SpartaCats DAO Foundation. And of these, only 20 will be distributed among the core team, and 10 NFTs will also go to key partners and influencers who will obviously help support the project, and then the remaining 270 will be distributed over 4 years at regular intervals. Now, for those who buy the NFT at auction, will be allowed to become a full member of the DAO Foundation with the right to make decisions on the project's development. Now, SpartaCats team is looking for community members that are willing to be its cat face and meow voice. To become the first PUR's lucky owners, bounty players should complete tasks, gain access to the game, and then be able to claim their NFTs and SpartaCats tokens. Now, they can also earn 10% PUR tokens from friends they invite. Now, as mentioned earlier, on June 4th, the PUR token will be listed on two decentralized exchanges, PancakeSwap as well as FlatCube, and the team promises to reward the early birds of the primary token and NFT holders in the future, so make sure to check them out down in the description of today's video. Otherwise, huge shout out to SpartaCats for sponsoring today's episode. As always, make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.